Shalom, shalom. I do want to start off this lesson by saying all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. For giving me the opportunity to do this lesson. I do want to give double honor to the elders and Apostle GREATMILLSTONE for teaching the truth by using precepts upon precepts and line upon line. This lesson I do want to get into today is about 7 women taking hold of 1 man. The reason why I want to get into this lesson is because Elder Apostle Gabar or Tahar, Salaka, Elder Apostle Tahar had made a lesson how basically in the future, where basically when Aho break loose, woman's gonna be taking hold of the 1 man, and multitude of women's gonna do it. It's not gonna be just one woman taking hold of 1 man. It's gonna be 3 women, 4, 5, 6, 8. Some might have 20 take a hold of 1 man because of the calamity that's about to come to pass, the woes that's about to come forth. All right, because the women that they have a man, their man had died in war. The woman that they thought they had a man, the man died through Jacob trouble. All right, it's gonna be so bad in the days you're about to get into, where the woman's gonna seek out a man. All right, more specifically, the man of the Lord, to protect them in the days you're about to get into, because it's gonna be chaotic. It's gonna be a hell day. All right. So I thought I would grab some scriptures to bring it out because El Apostle Gabar, El Apostle Tahar, Salakia, keep on getting them mixed up by names, was basically saying that this is going to come to pass very soon. Actually, we're in an age where basically polygamy is a new fashion, or it's being talked about. Even women is talking about it. Even women is considering that, look, we should try to get a man that has multiple women. You might as well just do that because it seems like, shoot, he could protect us. And that's the days you're about to get into. It's going to be a time where a woman's going to collectively try to seek out a man in the Lord. She got to seek out a man for protection, for comfort. And they're not going to argue. Or they're going to be like, oh, that's my man. That's no. They're going to share. They're going to say that's our man. That is our man that we take care of. We take turns. If I'm in heat, I pop. If I'm in heat, I have a chance. If I'm blue, and if one of them's not in heat, but the man in heat, one of them gotta go and get ready and then do the deed with them. That's the reality of what we're gonna get into. A time of basically going back to the old ways of the scriptures, of YAHAWASHI ways, ways of where men had multiple wives, or where men was in top and everybody had to listen to him in the household, and he tells you what to do, not no other way around where he has a wait upon your permission, this, that, and third. No, that's never going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. And we're entering that age as we speak. Isaiah 3 let's go to verse 25 says this: Thy man shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the ward. Slakia. Let's read it again. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 25. Thy man shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the ward. So when all hell break loose and World War 3 come to pass, and Trump is gonna usher in this World War 3, he's gonna, declare he's gonna declare what's it called when you take man off the streets to go to war? Damn, what is that called, man? It slipped my mind. But he's gonna activate that protocol, and he's gonna take a lot of Jake out of the streets, and he's gonna send them off to war. All right, and many of them is going to die. They're not going to survive World War III. A lot of men out there is not surviving World War III. Why? Because they all been raised by the black woman. Some of them has been effeminized by American philosophy. All right, they all just screwed in the head. Verse 26, it says this: and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Why? Because her man is destroyed. Her man has got wiped away. And now her house is basically gone. Everything that she got is gone. And everything that she could do, she can't do nothing about it. She can be sitting down, crying and mourning because why? Her man had been put to death. So what do you think is going to happen in Jacob trouble? You think a woman's just going to stand? No, she's going to look for another man, for comfort, for help me, for protection. Because hell is breaking loose. A lot of shit is about to, who's going to be there for her, to comfort her, to guide her, to tell her what to do. Because a lot of men in society is going to die. A lot of them. Because they have went against ways of YAHAWASHI. They have been committing adultery. Some of them deal with sodomy. Some of them be doing idolatry. All right. A lot of men have been doing wickedly all these years, serving strange gods, have been doing against the ways YAHAWASHI, hurt the prophets, laugh at them. They're finna get murked. And a woman, she's gonna be by herself. So what do you think they're finna do? You think they're just gonna stay? No, they're gonna seek out the man of the Lord. They're gonna seek out the man that can help them in those days. And let's go to verse 4. It says what? And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we shall eat of our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by the name to take away our reproach. And that's what's about to come to pass. All right. 7 women. 7 goes into word completion. So multitude of women is going to take hold of one man. All right. And they're basically going to say, look, if we be in under your name, please can you take away our reproach and the wickedness that's about to come, because it's going to, it's going to be that bad. All right, and it's gonna go back in natural order. It's gonna be back where man is in charge and woman just gotta be obedient, and that's just a reality. All right, in this society we live in delusional where we basically worship the woman, or we have to do all because Esau Edom made the rules, but and very soon all that's gonna be cut just short, and if you're not obedient to the man, you're gonna get kicked out, and you ain't gonna be surviving when all hell break loose. You're not gonna be surviving when shit hit the fan. You're not gonna be surviving when calamity starts coming into pass. And woman's gonna understand that, and they're gonna be in order. They're gonna be in order in those days. They're gonna be listening. They're gonna be obedient. They're gonna be wide awake. Why? Because they don't want to die. They're gonna realize that what the prophecies was real, and they're gonna be like, damn. He's actually telling the truth. I should really start listening to this guy. That's how it's going to be. There's going to be no more talking, no more back talking with you. No, it's not going to be like that anymore. All right. And I'm not talking to. There's some women out there that's good. Obviously, they're going to be safe. The elect woman. I'm talking to the woman that think that shit is sweet. They think that they're over it. Look, man. All that fantasy of you think you're above everybody is going to be dropped down to the grave. It's going to be dropped down to the grave. And you women out there that's in colleges, good luck in those days. Because you're going to realize that all the education you had worked up, you was learning, is not going to help you. Because as soon as you got your PhD and lawyer and PhD and doctor, as soon as when all hell break loose, you think that PhD is going to help you? No. What are you going to do? Talk to an enemy and curse him out for committing a murder? Hey, he's gonna shut your ass up and rape you right there and then. That's all it's gonna be. And how and what you need for that protection, you need a man. Because on those days, look, a man against a man, that's what's gonna happen. When a man see another man, most likely they're gonna not fight each other, because this is just gonna be a battle to a death. And most likely they're not gonna do anything to each other. But if a man see a woman, he knows he's gonna win that. He's gonna to grab you, rape you, beat the crap out of you, kill you. Probably that's your ex that you did dirty, or the man that you rejected. Yeah, he's gonna come after you in those days too. Who's gonna help you? Who's gonna protect you? Who's gonna a man? And that's what's gonna happen in those days. A lot of women's gonna seek out a man for help. They're gonna seek out a man for protection, for comfort, for validation from the evils that's about to come forth. Because woes about to come to pass. We're about to get into. Henceforth, what? Polygamy. All right, and as soon as polygamy starts in that side and Jacob trouble, what do you think is gonna happen in the kingdom of heaven? Jake, the elect man, they're gonna have multitude of wives, multitudes. You're not gonna see no man having 2 wives, 3 wives. No, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, thousands, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Probably millions and thousands. That's how it's going to be. It's not going to be no 300. No. Jake finna have thousands. Scripture says that his seed is gonna be as the sand of the sea. Can you count the sand and the sea individually one by one? Hell no. But one thing you do know is that that's a lot of sand. So if that's gonna happen, and that's a future prophecy for Jake, for lineage, you think they're gonna have 3 wives? You think they're gonna have 300 wives? No. He finna have thousands. He damn near finna have A nation is a small world, a small word for how many children you're gonna have. Jake gonna have worlds of children. Worlds. That's what's gonna worlds. All right. Let me go into another scripture real quick. Because this is a future prophecy, you know, and this inspired by Edo Pastahar video of how polygamy is going to come to pass, and that's just really true. It is going to come to pass. It's already in talks. I remember at work one day how a coworker bring up saying that, look, you know, there's a lot of women to the point where if every man, you know, if every woman split to a man, it's like 7 women for each man. That's what he said. And the woman, they was like, that's true, that's true, that's true. You know? And I was like, damn, for real? You guys agree to that? And they said, yeah. They said, yeah. They did not disagree about polygamy. They did not disagree about polygamy. They thought polygamy was a good idea. Obviously, now these women in my work job, they are kind of old and do all that stuff. So they're miserable. Obviously, they're gonna say yeah. But the younger generations, the younger women, you know, they ain't agreeing that right now. They, you know, they have that pridefulness. They think they all that. But when shit hit the fan, they're finna agree quickly, swiftly. So it's already in the air. It's just a matter of time of when it's going to happen. You know, and it's gonna happen in a great way. Let's go to 11. Isaiah 13 verse 11. And I will punish the world of their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Who is the arrogant, the prideful? Esau, Edom. He's the one who created these laws. He's the one who created these effed up world. So what is YAHAWASHI going to do? He's going to utterly destroy them. All right, judge everybody. All the pride. Esau, Edom, the #1 prideful individual on the planet. All right, and the wicked Jake, because Jake is wicked. You know, Jake is gone. Jake is far gone. There's some Jake, you know, they're good, but they don't fall the ways of YAHAWASHI, you know. But there's some Jake out there, they're just straight up gone. They purposely sinning. They purposely just don't give a fuck, you know. They're gone. YAHAWASHI will cut them off too, and the woman too. The 2/3 Jake, the 2/3 woman. All right, verse 12. And I'll make a man more precious than fine gold. When all death happens and shit hit the fan, what do you think is gonna happen? What do you think a woman's gonna think is gonna be precious than fine gold? A man. And I'll make a man more precious than fine gold. Why? Because he's gonna be the only one that will protect you in the days you're about to get into. Only way that will be able to stand in those days. You know? I'll make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man with a golden wedge of Ophir. Ophir, golden wedge of Ophir, that's rare. That's rare gold right there. He said, YAHAWASHI said, I'll make a man more precious than that. So that means, what do you think? That means they're going to be desperate in those days. The woman's going to be desperate. They're not going to be, oh, I need a man. No. They're going to be desperate. They're not going to care about no damn looks, about your past, about, oh, he ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't part of the, no, they ain't not going to care. If you're a man, they're going to come for you. They're going to be like, yo, you're my husband now. That's how it's going to be. No, they're going to be like, please, can I be your husband? Can I be your, they're going to beg. They're going to beg. That's what's going to come to pass very soon because of the calamities that's about to come to pass. And that's just a future, that's just reality. That's actually going to come to pass. You can see it in the air. You can see how the woman walks, how they act. And right now, they're prideful. They really give you attitude and stuff like that. But when shit hit the fan, trust and believe you, they finna get their act right. They're gonna take away that smirk, they're gonna take away that pridefulness, and they're finna listen up and they'll obey. They will obey. It's gonna be quick and swift too. All right, but that's all I want to get into today. That's all I want to get into about polygamy, the future prophecy of what's gonna come to pass of a woman taking over to one man, because it is going to come to pass. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, for giving the opportunity to do this lesson. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of GREATMILLSTONE for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts, line upon line. Shalom.